Hey guys, and welcome back to another one of my videos. Today we have another VRChat avatar review. Wow, it's been a while since we did one of these, huh? So today we're going to be reviewing an avatar by the name of Pupper by Scout Arts. I hope I pronounced that right. It is basically a cartoonish dog, and it recently came out. It's been out for a couple of months now, but I wasn't able to review it any time until now. Of course, go through what you get with the avatar, what do you get with it, all the extra things, some of my personal thoughts and some downsides because there are a few, and of course, the thing that everyone wants to know, the price. So without further ado, let's get into it. So here is how the avatar looks like, and I mean, I have to say that it looks pretty alright for what it is, and it definitely caught my eye. I actually saw this avatar on Twitter when the guy was working on it, and I mean, I kind of saw the process in a way. Seeing the process and seeing it come to life, to say like that, is really neat, and it's really cool. I definitely like the aesthetic of it. It's kind of like, you know, not too cartoonish that it's creepy, but it's also not too realistic to the point where it's, you know, it's a really nice mix of both worlds. The avatar overall, I mean, you know, looks really good, and I do definitely like the, like, you know, cartooniness of it, and it definitely looks like a Looney Tunes type of thing. I mean, in a way. You have few different designs that you get with the avatar, as you can see on this image here. So you get a bunch of different ones so to fit everyone's aesthetic. There are some pre-made textures like the husky, etc., but of course it would be best if you make your own textures. The avatar, I mean, my first impressions again are really good, but the thing that I noticed with it the most is that the expressions are really off. So if you've seen my videos and if you know me in general, you know that I'm really picky with my expressions. The Shiba Inu by Bsky has like the best expressions out there, so I'm kind of used to them, and you know, going into new avatars and going into new things, the expressions is what really gets to me. So let's talk about that. So overall, the expressions are pretty fine. I have nothing really to say anything bad against it, but I do not understand some of the things and the way that it was approached. I don't understand why the point is, you know, the face that it is. I don't understand, just, I don't know, the shapes that you have to do with your hands versus how you do it on the how it looks like on the avatar is just a bit off. I get it that this avatar was probably made for face tracking, and it kind of favoritism, you know, it kind of has like a leaning towards that, but you know, come on, you gotta, you know, still care about the people who care about the expressions. So I personally would say that they would need a little bit of work. You know, the pointing, I don't understand why is it like that, and just overall maybe just to, you know, rearrange them a little bit because they feel a bit off. The number one thing that I absolutely don't like about this avatar is the hands. Why does it have 4 fingers? You can do a thing like a person, the Nardo, with the Nardo dragon. You can have one version that has 5 fingers, one version that has 4, you know, for the people. But again, I just don't understand that aesthetic. Some of my friends have said that that's like the thing with cartoony avatars, is they have 4 fingers. But I mean, come on, give me the 5 fingers, especially if I'm using the index. It looks very off. So I would definitely recommend to the person, if you can have and add a version that has 5 fingers, please do that. The base clothing that you get with it, you get a hoodie, and you also get arm and like socks for your arms and legs. I mean, you know, if that floats your boat. The hoodie is pretty good, and the texturing on it is pretty alright, I would say, but I would definitely recommend looking into other clothing made by Polycrow. He definitely has a few choices out there that are really good. I like the street type of clothing that I have. It looks really good. The tracking of the avatar, it feels really good. I didn't have any issues with it. I'm using 11-point tracking, and I really honestly don't have no issues. However, I don't like the fact that you're, you know, like the toes, they do a thing where you like collide with the ground, and then they do that weird thing. I personally am not a fan of that, but thankfully I think you can disable that through Unity. But I mean, other than that, tracking wise, it feels pretty good in full body, and one of my friends, you know, used it to dance around a little bit, and he said that it feels pretty good. So if you're someone who's coming from like a Nardo Dragon or the Nova Beast or like the Rexonium, then you would sit comfortably in this avatar pretty well. I'd say it feels really great in full body, no problems there whatsoever. The one thing is if we can have a toggle to disable the hair in-game, that would be pretty neat, because someone who, you know, has baseball cap on my avatars, I'd had to manually select or remove the hair in Unity, and then I can put on my hat. In Unity, it's pretty straightforward. You boot up the scene and you have a bunch of different ones. You can just pick whatever you want. You would need Payomi shaders, and you can see a little scene, and you have a bunch of them. You can choose and pick whichever you want, and it's pretty neat. The avatar, the standard avatar, is going to cost you $40, but if you want to, you know, get some extra things like the clothing that I suggested, then it's going to be 50 plus. But I mean, for the standard, you know, avatars nowadays, $40 is pretty acceptable and pretty reasonable, but I wouldn't go about 40 for this. I'd say 40 40 is the absolute maximum, is the sweet spot, and I'd say stick with this. Avatar overall feels pretty good. Again, I have nothing really against it, nothing really bad, other than the 4 fingers. I really don't understand why would you have 4 fingers on an avatar. So if we can please have one version that has 5 fingers, that would be pretty neat, and I would even, you know, recommend it even more then. But I mean, hey, if you like cartoony avatars, and if you like something that's a little bit toony but not too much that it's creepy, then, you know, go for this avatar because it's pretty good and it gets a pass. If I had to rate this avatar, oh, well, with the hand situation that we currently have, I would have to give it a 7 out of 10, but if we did fix the issue and adjusted a little bit of the expressions, then it would get 9 or 10 out of 10, no questions asked. But I just have those, you know, I'm just not feeling it about the fingers and the expressions. They are a little bit weird. As someone who mastered expressions and used many avatars over the 7 years of playing this game, I can definitely recommend, you know, the expressions need a little bit of polishing. Other than that, though, the avatar is pretty good. Thank you so much for making it, and again, check this guy out, you know, go check out his work and his Twitter and stuff. All his information is going to be in the down description, so yeah, go check it out. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you found it informative. Again, if you want to check this avatar for yourself, be sure to do so because it's really neat, and the avatar overall, again, is good, other than the fingers, because that needs to be definitely fixed. Anyway, click here if you want to check out some of the rest of the content I've created, and click here if you want to stick to the channel and keep up with all the videos. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you around. Peace.